Today is episode 14 of the full paycheck investing series. There'll be another different one today as I'll be investing my full unemployment paycheck instead of my normal paycheck given my layoff the other week. I'll also be paying a little credit card bill today. As always, I'm doing this all uninterrupted in one take, and you'll get radical transparency on my channel. I share my real numbers and you see exactly how much skin I have in the game with any given position. You can follow along my portfolio by checking the free Snowball portfolio link in the description below. If you appreciate all the transparency, make sure to give a like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more of this content. Just a usual disclaimer, this video is for entertainment and education purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor and nothing here should be taken as financial, investment, or tax advice. I'm simply sharing my personal investing journey and documenting my own results. Investing always carries risk, especially when using margin, and you can potentially lose money. Don't copy what I'm investing in blindly without understanding the risks and doing your own due diligence. No returns are guaranteed. And yeah, before we properly get started, we'll just kind of quickly go over this flow chart. So this is my monthly flow for staying fully invested, the Layoff edition. So I invest 100% of my income on this channel. Previously, I'd invest at least 10.8K a month, but now, given my layoff the other week, I'll be investing $1,152 every week with my unemployment income until I start my new job in a couple of weeks. I invested normally into growth and high yield ETFs, but with the layoff, I'll be focusing on safer high yield ETFs for now to keep my monthly cash flow going. I've stopped using a traditional bank account to live entirely out of my Robinhood brokerage account. I use cheap margin of 4.5% to pay all my bills and bridge the gap between my monthly dividends and my monthly bills. The goal is to ideally never sell a share to take money out of the account, apart from when I'm rebalancing. And I want to forever compound both my growth and high yield assets, and eventually have my monthly dividends exceed my monthly expenses. For an in-depth breakdown video of the old chart that I'll eventually roughly get back to once I start my job, check out the link at the top right. Let's just get started. First things first, if we pop to Robinhood, nice green day today because supposedly talks with Iran are going good with Trump. So he announced that today. So that market ripped up green on that news. I have my doubts, but I'll take the green day. We'll see. I'm sure it's going to be another roller coaster week this week. Before I deposit the funds, so yeah, just as a reminder, I have been having issues with the unemployment, right? And kind of properly getting paid. They basically threw me into a manual review because I reported some self-employment income, literally $20 the other day. That's thrown me into a manual review for my YouTube income, right? So, but apparently the backlog is like 14 weeks. And so that'll be maybe 14 weeks before they can even review my stuff and even pay me. So typically what happens is that if once they get to it and in theory approve it, they'll basically back pay me all the weeks that they haven't paid to me. So this is like the third week that I'm supposed to be paid and I haven't yet. As a stopgap, what I'm doing is I'm basically paying myself my unemployment, quote unquote, by transferring the money that I should have gotten this week from my HELOC. Whenever I get the money, I'll just throw it back to the HELOC and pay that off. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So if I pop back to Robinhood, we'll kind of deposit the funds. I've already kind of like pre-transferred them from my HELOC. So let's do that. So we'll do from my HELOC here to the brokerage. So $1,152. Review transfer. Cool. Great. So that's instant deposit. Great. So now you saw the buying power went up. My individual amount went up too. And yeah, my margin total, margin used went down. I'm just going to buy one thing today, I'm thinking. So obviously it's a very green day. If we look at my portfolio as well, yeah, so there's quite a bit in the red. So there's probably a bunch I could buy, but there is one particular one that had a particularly bad dip last week with all the volatility from the war. So yeah, normally what I'd be buying is either T-SPY, MLPI, QQI, XPay, TDAC, right? Some of the safer yielders, but there's also IAUI that I have as my gold hedge. So if we pop over to Snowball, so this is kind of like in my hedge section, right? So these are just kind of like meant to help cushion things, both with like the long short for ore and CLSC, and then also gold just as like something that's totally uncorrelated to the market. But if we go into the gold, we could see last week there was a massive dip. So well below even what I bought at 55 here, or 54 even. So if we go to IAUI as well too, we can kind of see the dip from last week. It was a pretty intense one just from the volatility there. So yeah, you can kind of see how it's dipped quite a bit. Like almost a 15% dip in gold. So if we max it out, like, yeah, it just fell off a cliff there the other week. So I think it's like a pretty good dip buying opportunity here. So I'm thinking I'm just going to put the full 1152 in there, really. Yeah, and then also worth mentioning too that I do realize that KGLD from Curve has performed better and follows GLD better on total returns. However, I have noticed that IAUI has less volatility overall, and I do like that it holds 25% of the spot gold ETF as well. So that means like more like 75% is written over for covered calls. Since it's meant to be a hedge, I'm kind of okay with having less volatility overall for that and kind of underperforming GLD and KGLT for a little bit. So I'm a little bit more comfortable doing IAUI in that case. If we want to kind of show it as well too, just so we can kind of see for sure, right? And I'm going to turn off total returns here. So GLD, KGLD, and IAUI. Yeah, so you can kind of see like there, right? So GLD is at the top, of course, and then KGLD second, and then IAUI second there. So you can see that the beta of gold and KGLD match pretty well, and then their volatility is pretty similar, but then the volatility on IAUI is a lot lower here, and the beta is lower, the volatility is lower. If we do total returns again, yeah, you can kind of see how KGLD and gold like follow each other pretty nicely, and IAUI kind of rears up on the end there, but yeah, I'm okay because like look how much the swings are. It's like a lot higher, and this one just a lot lower. So given that it's like a hedge in my portfolio and that's its intention, I'm okay with kind of having this being a little less volatile overall, right? So yeah, let's just do that. So $1,152. Do that buy. Cool. Great. Let's refresh that as well and get our sheet updated. So 55.21 here. So yeah, nice little average down there. And then number of shares. Cool. And then we'll also update, we'll not update the margin and stuff yet because we're going to pay bills. Just kind of roughly calculate how much income we added per month there. We can kind of go over to its yield there. So its current yield's roughly 1311. So we can kind of take that and then do times 0.1311 divided by 12. So we added $12.58 to my monthly income. So we can kind of see that reflected over here. So yeah, for 4,533 roughly per month. So yeah, nice little bump there. And next up is paying bills. So if we go over to my bill paying sheet, we can actually add the 1152 that came in here now. And yeah, so I only have 2 bills left for the rest of this month. So there's my little BOA Summit bill here, and then my mortgage next week. So we'll basically transfer over this amount into my spending account, and then I'll draw that after the video's done. So yeah, my BOA Summit, that's my Alaska card, the higher end one. And that's what I use for all my travel points. So yeah, my big Japan trip that I did last year. I have like another trip coming up to Hawaii later this year. I typically just pay with that with miles, which is great. So just helps save a lot there. I typically use it for dining more than anything these days because there's like triple points on that. And then I use my Robinhood Gold card for the rest for the 3% cash back. So I have quite a bit of miles there. I have like over 100K right now that I can use. So we're probably going to use that for our honeymoon next year or whatnot. But yeah, that's the bill I have to pay. So we'll just transfer that over. So if we go to spending and then transfer that. So we want to do 1443.77, not 77. So we're going to do that from our individual. So I have like right now 38K of a cash bill for withdrawal. This is actually closer to 40 just because the 1152 that I deposited even last week still pending. So yeah, it's closer to 40K right now. And we can kind of confirm that by if we go to our buying power here, right? This is closer to the amount that should be at. And then if we do that to spending, so just confirm one last time, 1443.77. Cool. So I'll just transfer that over and then I'll draw that after the video's done filming. Great. And that's that. So now we'll just update our numbers on the sheet there and kind of see where our margin health and everything else is at after that. So we'll just get our margin total here. And I'll just want to paste special, paste format to show that's paid. So get the margin total again, just update our numbers. So this has slightly gone down because I added money, but then after I took it out for the bills after investing it, and then the margin total here. Cool. So with that, currently our gross value, if you add up all the assets in the account, is sitting at 317.2K. I have 164.4K of margin used, and then for a rough net value of 152.7K. So with that, I have 166K in growth, or 52%, and then I have 151.2K in high yield income, or 47%. And with that, my margin maintenance is sitting at 79.3K. So that's applying the 25% margin maintenance, blended margin maintenance to the gross portfolio value, right? And then, so that makes a margin buffer of 73.4K. So if you go off the net portfolio value, that's 48.08%. If we go off the gross portfolio value, so this is the more important one that I keep in mind. It's actually a 23.16% buffer. So if the market would take a 23.16% dip, that would be the equivalent of a 48% drop in the net portfolio value, right? Because of the margin amplification. So with that, if we take our margin total and minus out on margin used, my buying power is sitting at 76.1K. 38K of that is technically cash available for withdrawal if I needed it in a pinch. And then my equity is sitting at 48.16%. So like I mentioned, for now, given the layoff, I'm okay with this dipping under 50%. Normally, I'd want to keep this above 50%. I'll kind of do a better job at that once I start my new job and have like my regular income coming back in. And yeah, like I mentioned, our monthly income is sitting roughly at $4,533 a month with that buy. And yeah, that's the full paycheck investing today. As usual, if you want to follow me off YouTube, there's a bunch of different ways of doing that. You can kind of follow me on Blossom Social. You'll see all my trades. You'll probably see this trade from today pop up later today. By the time you're seeing this, it's already popped up. And then also there's my Snowball link. Snowball's actually running a spring sale special right now too. I think it ends on Wednesday on the 25th. So if you love seeing these numbers and want to use this for your portfolio, definitely give it a try. If you use my code there, fully invested FI as your promo code, you'll get an extra percentage off on top of the 30%, I believe. So definitely check it out. I personally love it. And yeah, especially for the YouTube stuff, it's great to kind of just show you all these numbers week to week and show all that good stuff, like especially the growth stuff, right? This one, you know, I love this heat map. So yeah, always great to see everything at a bird's eye view. And then also there's the Patreon as well. So if there's any more shenanigans on YouTube, this is my backup. All my videos are being uploaded here across both channels. And then of course there's the Discord. So yeah, love posting here in between videos. Lots of good back and forth with people on like the goings on in the market, people talking about how they're living out their brokerage, a lot of good stuff there. And you see all my trade alerts. I'll be posting my trade alerts from this video here before this gets posted. But yeah, that's the video. If you appreciate this transparency, definitely give a like and subscribe to keep the videos going. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified about future videos. Next video this week will likely be whenever I think I'll get my tax refund this week, now that my taxes have been filed. As if it's a normal paycheck, I'll invest that fully into the market. So I'll probably do a little video about that. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.